Royals set for major title changes, from Kate Middleton to Archie and Lilibet. Not content with being given simple names like the rest of us, the royals are often given grand titles. But these titles aren't always kept forever, they can be ever-changing as they navigate royal life. For example, Lady Louise Windsor, who turned 18 yesterday, does not use an HRH or princess title, even though she is entitled to. But now she's an adult, she could well decide to adopt these styles if she wants to. And she's not the only royal who could see their titles change in the future. We take a look. Prince William. On his wedding day in 2011, Prince William was granted the title of Duke of Cambridge. But once his father Prince Charles ascends to the throne, he will be known as something else as well. That's because he will inherit Charles's current title Prince of Wales, which is reserved for the male heir to the throne. Not only that, he will also become the Duke of Cornwall, Duke of Rothesay-Wyn in Scotland and Earl of Chester. The Duchess of Cambridge was also granted her grand title on her wedding day, the same as her husband Prince William. And when his titles change when Charles becomes king, so will hers. As William will become Prince of Wales, Kate will be entitled to be the Princess of Wales, a title previously held by her late mother-in-law Princess Diana. She will also take the female version of his other future titles, meaning she will also be Duchess of Cornwall, Duchess of Rothesay and Countess of Chester. And when William eventually ascends to the throne, she will become Queen Consort, meaning she will probably become Queen Catherine, Catherine being her real first name. Prince George. He may only be 8, but Prince George is third in line to the throne and could see numerous title changes over his lifetime. His current title is Prince George of Cambridge, but when his parents become Prince and Princess of Wales, he will then become known as Prince George of Wales. Then when his parents become King and Queen, as the male heir he would become Prince of Wales. That's also not to mention the fact he will also be probably given a dukedom on his wedding day if he chooses to marry. Princess Charlotte. Like her big brother Prince George, Princess Charlotte is also set for some dramatic title changes. She too is known as Princess Charlotte of Cambridge but will change to become Princess Charlotte of Wales when her dad becomes Prince of Wales. Meanwhile, when William becomes king, he could choose to give her the title of Princess Royal, which is usually awarded to the oldest daughter of the monarch. However, as it is a title that remains for life, Charlotte could only be awarded it once the current Princess Royal, Princess Anne, passes away. Duchess of Cornwall. There have long been reports that Prince Charles plans to mix things up and slim down the monarchy when he becomes king. And one way he could do this is by giving his wife Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, an unprecedented title when he ascends the throne. Usually, the wife of a king uses the title of Queen Consort, and ever since they went public with their relationship there has been much discussion about the role his second wife will take when the queen passes away. But at the time of their marriage in 2005, an official statement said it is intended that the Duchess will be known as HRH, the Princess Consort. This would make Camilla the first British royal to ever use the title of Princess Consort. Archie and Lilibet. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's young children Archie and Lilibet currently do not hold titles or the HRH style. But when their grandfather Prince Charles becomes king, they could well be entitled to them. A spokesperson for Debrets told The Mirror, in 1917, King George V ordered that only the grandchildren of the monarch would be entitled to use the style of prince or princess and HRH. The only exception to this order was that the eldest son of the Prince of Wales would also be entitled to use the style HRH and prince. In 2012, the Queen issued new letters patent that the style of HRH and princess would be extended to all of Prince William's children, not just his eldest son. Archie's entitlement to use the style of prince and HRH will come into force when his grandfather Prince Charles becomes king. Prince Edward and Sophie Wessex. Instead of being made a duke, Prince Edward was made Earl of Wessex when he married his wife Sophie in 1999. However, he is set to eventually get the title of a duke, although it will be when his older brother Charles becomes king, and that the title will be Duke of Edinburgh. It was announced at the time of Edward's wedding he would one day succeed his father as the Duke of Edinburgh with the blessing of the late Prince Philip and the Queen. Sophie, currently the Countess of Wessex, will eventually become the Duchess of Edinburgh, a courtesy title which was held by the Queen. When that happens, it was announced at the time of Edward's wedding he would one day succeed his father as the Duke of Edinburgh with the blessing of the late Prince Philip and the Queen. Sophie, currently the Countess of Wessex, will eventually become the Duchess of Edinburgh, a courtesy title which was held by the Queen. When that happens,